Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So yesterday I covered one thing that is like from I think and on the day one also like the introduction to the core concepts like what's like how Employee Central works, how the recruitment and onboarding is connected to Employee Central. These all things we have covered. Also like yesterday I talked about like how HCM system if you will migrate that, so how it will be related to the success factor. Okay. Next part, this is the part which I'll talk about today, and the provision and instance system also I'll talk about today. Okay. Basic navigation I already spoken yesterday. Okay. Password functionality we will speak today, and logo options, proxy settings. These will cover today. So that's why these two things will be covered by today. Okay. Then we will go on to this part. So if I talk about the first part, that is the HCM and system that I've already told you yesterday. Now I'll talk about the home page. Okay. In home page, I yesterday I spoken and I told you that here you can see this is the logo if you want, like in this good morning, if you want your company logo to be here. Okay. So you can put here also with the configuration by company logo, but I think in this demo instance we do not have that permission. But here is just a part, and here you can see just like as like in the Facebook or in Instagram, you will be see that like the upload logo here. Okay, there is a one part here that's coming upload logo. You just need to upload that part here. Okay. So in this way, you can make the changes here onto the logo settings. How you will do that? Now, second part is if we'll talk about like of this part, so this is the same with the logo settings. You want your company logo here. So there would be the two things like coming here, the company logo and the logo. So that's come in the logo settings, company logo. So I talked about like to my vendor just to give these all permissions. I think by today maybe or maybe tomorrow he will be providing all the permissions and all these stuff so we can explore that also. Okay, these all things. Apart from this, like if I talk about like of the reset about the password. Okay, every system is having that password. Okay, if you want to reset your password, how you will go to your reset password? Okay, so I think that permission is also not here. Yes, we do not have that. Just give me a second. I'm just sharing. I'm just searching this one KB maybe by which you can see that. Just give me a second.
I think their user ID is created for this UI, right? So maybe in this ID the access is not here. Maybe probably from for some other.
No, that's not a case, Soumya, because what is happening here, because we have purchased almost like for every time that is from the vendor side, okay. The permissioning not from their side also sometimes what they are doing because somebody will not make the changes here in onto the system. That's why they will restrict these settings. That will not come under from the vendor purchase. So that's why maybe. But I spoke to them that because this is needed here that to reset password or the other that we have spoken yesterday as well for import employee data. Okay. So that I think most probably by today they will report on this. But I do have one solution for this, not an issue. Okay, just give me a second only. Okay, I think that also cannot be workable. So we can talk about the different things. Just give me a second. Okay, so this is visible.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So password, I think I'll speak to my team that to have these things enabled in the system. But how we will reset the password? If you will type here reset my password, okay. So you will get the one drop down here, reset my password. You just need to go there, just put your credentials. If at this point of time the credentials are coming here like in this way, the Joseph, okay. So you can just make the Joseph here and you will get the reset password. In the similar way, you will see the proxy permissions also here. Okay, proxy now. Let's say you are a manager. You both are manager and you have the reportees. Okay, and at the same time you are at the position of a team lead and somebody is of your colleague in the company is also at the team lead position. But at that time, just because of this mishappening, or maybe you have the planned vacation, so you are going on to that vacation. Okay, and you have the workflows that comes under here. That these are the to-dos list. You need to approve the workflows before going that or maybe in duration of your leaves that's coming there. Okay, so what you can do, you have the mobile access also of success factor, so you can delegate your workflows to the some person, so he can do the proxy from your side. It means like Joseph Hoyle and somebody's name is my name is like Mahesh wants to proxy Joseph and approve all the workflows here. So you just need to give the proxy right to the person like who is delegating your workflows, who is approving your workflows. Are you getting the are you getting my point? Both of you? What I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Okay, it means like whatever the workflows in the company itself you will be having. Let's say you need to approve the leaves, you need to approve the appraisals, you need to approve the XYZ things like in the company of your under your reportees or maybe for any one of whom you are a matrix reporter also. It means like, do you know both of you know about the matrix manager? Who will be the matrix manager?
No, I don't have. I don't know.
Okay, because this is the important terminology like which we are using while doing the implementation because this is very important to understand. Let's say uh, in the company you are working on the project for Java. Okay, so in Java project you join the company TCS like Somi you already in TCS. Okay, you have a direct manager of yours. Okay, whom you are
Yeah.
reporting, whom the leaves are like taking care, who will approve your appraisal, who will do everything like of yours daily activities. Okay, there is a one
Yeah.
manager who is taking care of your project. Let's say you will get the project from the any XYZ company, and you are doing that project for any of these skills like Java or maybe any of like .NET or SAP. So for that skill, there is a one assigned project manager. Okay, so you will be having that project manager as a matrix manager. So if somebody will ask you in the interview also who will be the matrix manager and how you will see matrix manager in the company, so you just need to tell them that the direct manager is totally a different thing that is called as reporting manager here in the success factor. So reporting manager is your direct manager. Matrix manager is totally different. So we can see here in this way that if you can go on to the employee profile, okay. So here in the employment details, this is the job description. Okay, I think job relationship is also not enabled here. Not an issue. Okay, not a problem. Manage position. Yes, we have managed position here. So from here we are creating the position. Okay, just to know about. We will talk about in the detailed way also, but just to give you the explanation onto the matrix. So I'm just going. Let's say like this is the position. Okay, this is the position HR professional in which the title is account executive. Okay, in which You were doing the parts of the accounts, but in the HR professional is a job code here. Once you will go on to the matrix position, it means like insert new record. You always, once you will doing, are you getting all these things? Or if you have any problem in between, please let me know. Okay. Whenever the position will be created, there would be effective date on which you have created this position. Insert new record means when you are making the changes here in the position. Okay, so let's say like today's date, that is the effective date of today, and proceed. Okay, so now you can see here, these are the organization relation that we are having these things in the company. If we can check this one also, I think yesterday we are getting the error. Let's see, maybe today it's rectified or not. Okay, it is not coming for this one. Not an
Currently,
issue. Hello.
sir, what are we? Hello.
Yes.
So currently, what are we searching? We are searching for matrix manager, right?
Yeah, that's the thing I'm just talking about, that how matrix manager will assign here on the position. Okay, let's say you are at the position of account executive. Okay, your direct reporting manager is here. In the relationship, you can see the custom manager. Okay, the custom manager is your direct reporting manager.
Okay.
Okay, in which, let's say like custom manager, you assign someone here that that is the position that we are having. This on this position somebody is sitting, that is your custom manager, that is your reporting manager. Now let's say for matrix manager we have the different person, that is this one, maybe administrator. Okay, in this way you can assign your reporting manager, your matrix manager onto the basis of the position also, and onto the job relationship also. So this is the job relationship.
Okay. So
Okay,
the employee can assign his manager.
no, employee cannot do anything here. This is the part
Okay.
from your side, that you are as a consultant, you can do these things. If somebody will ask you in the workshops, in the requirement gathering, that how Soumya, that we need to assign the position with the matrix manager. So you just need to
Okay.
tell them there is a matrix positions drop down there, in which we need to map the custom manager and matrix manager also. Like we can map the director also, we can map the second manager, we can map the additional manager also. Also for the position, we can map the department head also here. So that is the functionality we have in the success factor. We can map directly here, and everything will goes on to the employee profile here. Did you get the point? What is the matrix manager and what is the reporting manager?
Yeah, the concept for matrix manager and the reporting manager is fine. That is
Okay.
clear. But just I have one question. The ID through which we have logged in. I mean, the person what is his name?
Joseph.
Joseph. So Joseph is doing all this setting. I mean, Joseph is setting all these parameters for his seat, right?
Yes. As of now, if you can see, let's say like custom manager, matrix manager, I have done this. Okay. If I save this one, if that will save, okay. So you can see here, this is coming updated by Joseph.
Okay.
Okay. But this is totally depend. Maybe let's say like you are in the company, you are not working as a consultant. Okay. Because you joined the company as like in the product based company. Okay. As a admin there. Okay, as an
Okay.
end user. So you can also make the changes there, not as a consultant but as an admin user also you can make these changes.
Okay.
Somebody, the
Okay.
consultant, will tell you about these things, that you need to map the relationships here onto the position. Okay, now if how we can check this one. Okay, so let's say like this is the position code, okay, on which we have mapped this one. So we can go on to the company info. Here is the position of chart, okay, in which we need to just search that position. You can see here, this is the position on which we have mapped the things, okay. We can take the action from here. We can create the add lower level position, create, that is the different thing. I think don't have to tell this point of time. This is the point I think which we need to tell you. So that is also not coming. That is the add new employment. Is that coming? Add new employment. I think most of the permissions have not given on this profile. Not an issue, that I'll check with them. Okay, I'll speak today like on the part which I was like focusing. Okay, so the core concept HCM certification. Okay, so we'll talk about the certification. Have you go through the certification of the Success Factor portal? Anybody of you?
No, not yet.
Okay, so once you will done with the training from here, okay, there is a two chances here. Okay, that one is like of the certification we can have, that is from the SAP side. One you will also got from the Gigs also, that is the completion certificate. But the asset certification which I am talking about, that is from the SAP side. Okay, they are having the one access also, one attempt you can give. That is this asset certification, that is of around 17,000 I think cost there from the SAP side, and 45,000 is for six attempts. Okay, in which you can have the do the certification. That depends on you, because what I have done like in my prior cases or in my starting also, that is coming from what we can say, that is coming from only from the that is, just give me a second, that is only from the company side, they have provided me this thing. Hello.
Yeah, so certification we can, I mean, company will sponsor it. Is that you're saying?
Yes, yes. Most of the time, company will sponsor that if you want to do, because I have seen in some of the cases that the employees are also like the candidates, which I have given the trainings. They are also getting the what we can say, the certifications, that is directly from the system, okay, directly from the SAP side. But I will not prefer you these things, because if you want after this training, if you will get the job, if not, if you will get the job, you will surely get the job. After once you will have the job on the success factor, okay, so you just need to go through firstly, I think for 6 months from the company side, just go through with the one of the project. Once you will done with one of the project from the company itself, you can ask your company that I want to do the certification. That is my suggestion from my side. Okay. And also that depends on you whether you want to go with the company with the certification also. That totally different thing. But as of now, I think I have seen much more companies are not looking only for the certification. Only the big four companies or the, I think the big brands are looking only for the certification. Because for me, to sit in the train is very important. Okay, you can make have the things after once you will have the job. So before getting the job and you will expand around of these things. So I don't think so. That is the uh, good thing from my side. Any question on this certification?
Yeah,
I,
I
I
think
have one question.
Yes,
Hello.
Soumya. Yes, Soumya.
Yeah, my question is after completing this course, so
Mhm.
is it okay to apply the job after completing the course, or I think we need some hands-on experience before sitting on an interview?
No, 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 I don't think so. Because after my training, I think because I am more focusing on to the practical only. Once you will go from my side, you will be having the knowledge on to the practical basis. You will be having the knowledge like of as a implementation consultant. If you will say in any of the interview also that I do have the experience onto that part, so you can easily crack the interview and you can easily give the answers as per like of my understanding. Because these are the basic questions that can ask in the any of the interview, which I have given so far in 15 years. So that is not a tough thing for you. Certification, if we'll talk about certification, that's my suggestion that post once you will in the company, I think every company is providing the certification. So why you want to waste that amount from your side? Because that will carry, I know that is the additional thing or that is the additional points in your resume that you are certified consultant, okay, for success factor. But
But if the company is looking for some experience,
Soumya, I
resource,
think your earphone or maybe the headphone is I don't know, your voice is low. Maybe for me or maybe Pratham for you as well.
No, it's the headphone issue because the mic is far away, as I said yesterday as well.
I think
today
that's
the
why Soumya, because I
Yeah.
barely like hearing you. That's why.
okay, now
I think now also not fully.
actually,
Can you speak now,
Okay, so here's my question. For
Pratham? Yes.
example, I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, Pratham. Please go ahead.
Okay. So my question is, for example, if I'm completing this course and
Mhm.
I don't want to go as a fresher because I'm already making some money and I just wanted to go from there, maybe from the same package, maybe some extra amount that would be much better for me. So, do you think like I should mention in my resume, right, that I have some experience, maybe 2 3 year experience? I can mention that as a
I
ATL.
think coming to your question, Pratham, I got your point, which you were like trying to say. I do not have much clarity on this part because the resume which gigs will make for you, okay, that in the last I think, or you maybe speak to Prasad on this part because that is a different thing from the recruitment side. That will update you on about of your projects, how they want to mention your projects, how like of your past experience. So that totally you need to check with Prasad on this part or the gigs team.
Okay. See, because I have just worked in one company since last 6 years. So if I can, right now my job title is associate team lead. If I can mention in my responsibility area that I have done this implementation or success factor, so is it okay to justify?
For 6 years.
Not 6 years. Uh, in between, I can mention that I started working as a recruiter initially, like technical recruiter, and then I promoted as a
I think
success.
coming to your question, Pratham, that is, I think in the last we can talk about this and maybe with the recruitment team of our gigs that we can spoke with you as well. I will be a part of that conversation. Okay, so we can
Okay.
speak about it. But at this point of time, I don't think so. What would be the clarity on this part? Because from my side, if I talk about if you will done with this course also, okay, if you will apply like I am having this experience and I am having this certification and I am having this knowledge, okay, if you will crack the interview, I think that's also the awesome thing that you will get the job not as a fresher also, maybe because your experience that is onto the HR, that is in the talent acquisition, that can be considered as the experience because you do have the experience onto the HR policies.
Okay.
So you're getting my point. Maybe whatever the other things we can make it up for the resume. That is the later part. We can have the conversation with the Unogroups as well with the team that the recruitment that how we will the recruitment team will suggest on this part. I think your questions and queries can be resolved. I think within that team only.
I got it. Yeah,
Okay.
because if I will mention at least a year or two, that would be much better than the training, right? I mean, working as a recruiter and
Mm-hmm.
have a training, that doesn't make a lot of sense because a lot of companies and everybody is looking for experienced guy, not just trained guy, right?
I don't think so because I've seen Pratham and Soumya that you do because nobody's pressure here. Let's say like you, Pratham, you are having experience about 6 years. Maybe that is
Right.
not related to the success factor. Soumya is already having 10 years experience. Okay, so the person is they are looking for somebody is like very responsible, very like have the dynamic roles, have they played in the what we can say the tenures, how the success factor experience, not experience, also the trained thing also is they are having the trained uh, certifications or what we can say the training things is they done or not. I've seen so much of the resume, so much of the person like who hired in the companies. Maybe that's a small company, not the big one. Maybe Swami is working in thesis. Maybe he has to go into the different organization. Okay, in which he can have the maybe that is the middle level company, not the big one. That's a point I'm just talking about. But once you will start in the success factor, okay, in the 1 year you can see a growth like of 5 years you are doing as of now. If Pratham, if you are in the talent acquisition, Soumya is in the testing. Okay, correct. So both of you, if once you will in the job of the success factor, you can see the so much of the things that coming up in the 1 year. That's the thing I'm just trying to phrase it now, just for you guys.
Okay, okay.
And that's not about the motivation about the success factor, but that's a clarity and that's the reality of the success factor which I've seen so far doing in last 4 5 years. Because if you will talk about as of now, also I've seen on my LinkedIn as well that most of the I can see like around 10 to 15 companies were like looking for the person like who is the experienced guy and who is trained on the success factor. So they can give you the position of consultant also, they can give you the position of project manager also, they can give you the position of associate consultant also. You need to, I can understand you need to maybe adjust onto the position of designation. Might be you are at the position of team lead, but you have to join as an associate consultant. That's a part that comes. But after 1 year, you can see that because of your past experience or because of your current knowledge, you will be having on to the different thing after 1 year.
I see.
Or regarding like of your question about the experience in your resume and these all things, I'll ask Eurogeeks team also to connect with you both and let you know that how they will proceed on this part. Okay. So you
Yeah.
will also have the clarity on this part, but you will get the certification that is from the Unogix, that the one additional thing in your resume that you are trained consultant. You are not the fresher one, firstly. Second thing, you already do have the experience, so you can how you will give them the implementation project experience that we will talk about with the recruitment team. Okay. So now coming
Okay.
again on to what we are doing that this thing. Okay, so now coming this is the certification. Okay, now what is the Delta process? So Delta process is basically once you will be certified, now what SAP done that the certification is valid for 1 year. During in the 1 year, you need to give the Delta exam. Okay, Delta exam it means like after every 6 months, you will be having the 1H release, 2H release. Okay, let's say we are having in 2024. Okay, so in 2024, the 1H release will already come in March. That is already done. Okay, once it will be coming also in the October or in the November. So once 1H release and 2H release will done from the success factor or SAP side, you need to give the exam on certain questions, like of 10 questions or 20 questions from their side, and you have to pass that exam to have the certification valid. So have you got my point? What I am trying to say?
Right. I think I heard about this earlier. I think you informed maybe previous call somewhere. Like
Oh,
they have some modification in their modules, so they take that examination or kind of paste
yeah,
for that update something, and this
that's
is how.
great. I think Pratham, you remember that one. Yeah, that's a correct thing. That's I told you in the I think last 15 days before, like I told you about this
Yeah,
thing. That
in very first time. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
the update that is coming in the modules, they release
Hmm.
update twice in a year. So in very
Correct.
first quarter, and then September, October, something in that way.
Correct. Correct. Soumya, do you have any question on this part, Delta exam and a certification exam?
Oh, Delta process, I couldn't get. So can you please repeat? Because I
Okay.
don't have the idea about
Now,
it.
okay, that's great. Learning hub of functionality is basically the functionality. It means like somebody passed the certification. Okay, they can have the learning hub. Okay, they can get from the company itself also, because the costing is totally different for that. Learning hub, it means like you will be with the certification. Once you will purchase that of 45,000, maybe for 17,000, you will be access to that. Let's say like you are doing the employee central certification. Okay, so you will be having that access to the employee central trainings from the SAP site. It means
Okay.
uh, that is not a training. Basically, that is the some theoretical part they can provide you, on which you can have the access and you can just go through that documents. But in the learning hub, what you will have the learning hub functionality, that you will be having the access to the KBAs, all other things, which is by which you will be having more knowledge about the certification. So that is the learning hub functionality you will having. Okay. Now we will talk about the difference between provision and instance system. I think Soumya, you can refer this because I think you have done the testing, so maybe you aware about provisioning and instance. Do you know about it, Soumya?
Instant system.
Hello, can you
Hello?
speak louder, Soumya?
Yeah, yeah, tell me. Hello?
Yes, yeah, I can hear you, but that's a low voice. No problem. Yeah, please speak.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm audible now. So I've just disconnected my headphones. So I think it's better now. Should be.
Yeah, it's better from the prior one. Yeah, please tell me.
Yeah. So you are asking me the difference between the provision and the instant system.
Yes, yes.
I mean, provision. Instance means where see, the instance means there are multiple instances. They are like UAT, SIT, the dev instance. So multiple, as per the process, there are multiple instances where the dev deploy all the things that is a dev instance. Then they switch it to SIT or UIT. Then the testers' work is to test all these things in some different instances, like the testing instances. So after doing all the testing in some, testing instances, then we give the sign off to the client, then they will do the further testing in UAT, UIT, or maybe in the prod. So prod is the main instance where the everything after testing all the things, the code is shifted to the prod instance, and then the end user use it from their end. So this is the instance concept as of my understanding. So am I
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's fine, I think, but something needs to be add up in this one. Okay,
Okay.
what is that? Is this visible now? My
Yeah,
access?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, let's say
Yes.
this is the preview. Okay, preview. Next is the first is the development. Next is the production. Okay, basically these three, if we can, this is basically the instance we'll talk about. Okay, these are the instances. It means like once you will go through the requirement gathering and the workshops from the client side, so whatever the configurations you are doing, that is into the development instance. So you are seeing that one demo instance which we are talking about, that we call as a development instance. Once all the developments are done and you are done with the SIT, that is what we can or we can say about the unit testing. you are done with the development, then you can go on to the preview. Okay, preview instances means like you migrated all the configuration to the preview, not one by one. Also, maybe at this point of time, you can sync the instance directly. Whatever the configuration is in development, directly sync into the preview. In preview, you will do the SIT. In SIT or in the UAT, you have seen some of the configurations are working, maybe some of the configurations are not working, or maybe some of the configurations need the modification as per the client requirement. So what you will do the configurations here and you will do the testing here, and after testing done, and after all completion and the sign off is made from the client side. So what you will do, you will go or the migrated to the production. So everything,
One question I have. See,
yes,
in the preview stage, how can client give the sign off? Client can give the sign off.
client can give the sign off on every stage in the success factor. It means like we
Okay,
have done
okay,
the testing in the development, so they need to give the sign off to migrate it to the preview. Okay, this that was the
okay.
first sign off. Second sign off we will receive once the preview testing will be done. Third sign off once the production, all the things are coming into the production, that we called as the what we can say the monitoring session or the monitoring time, in which we will monitor all the configuration that's are working fine or not. Because we cannot test here in the production.
No, I mean that is the end user stage, right?
Yeah, that is the end user stage in which we will get the sign off, might be in 1 or 2 months maybe. But in the preview
Yeah.
instance, once we will done with the testing, so we can get the sign off that in the preview everything is working fine. Then we can migrate to production. Because let's say you have done with this UAT and you have migrated into production, and something is not working fine from their side, and client, the client is very choosy about everything. They will say you that I have not given you this requirement. Why you have done this requirement in the production?
Mhm.
So that's why the sign off is required at every stage of the instance, and development and preview on in the production also.
Okay.
Okay, you got the point, Soumya? That's what I'm
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to.
yeah.
Okay. Now basically I'm talking about this one. That is the provisioning. I ask to the team for the provisioning access also, because this is giving only to the certified consultant as of now. Whenever you will start the implementation, okay, EC for Employee Central, for any of the module, whatever the things you need to configure, you need to enable. Let's say the managed data, managed org job pay structure, the corporate data models, or what we can say, the other permissioning. Everything has to be given from the provisioning system. Okay, in the first go, in the implementation. So that was the first step where you can make the super admin. It means like super, what is the super admin and admin? So that is a difference between super admin and admin. It means like super admin is a person like who is having the full access of the system. That the one person we can make at the same time when we are doing the configuration or when we are doing the implementation.
Mhm.
Okay, admin is the person like you have seen the Joseph also. We can make this so many of the users like who is the admin who can do these configurations.
So as per your concept, so super admin is creating the implementation users, right?
Correct, correct. He can create also, we can create also, because he can give the permission to the admin to create these users. His
Yeah,
work is done from their side. But
yeah,
if you can check in the provisioning system, so there is a one super admin
yeah.
who is getting the access. Whatever the things you are doing, the development, preview, and the production, he is getting the emails. Super admin. If the email ID is mapped to the super admin.
Okay.
Okay. Provisioning instance is basically like in which we, let's say like you going to any of the organization. Okay. Why I'm saying the certification is needed after 6 months. So you were supporting any of the project in the company, and let's say like after 6 months, you are experienced now. Because you got the training from my side, you now have done the support project that is from the company side. So now what you will do? company is saying that you need to do the implementation, okay, and you are an implementation consultant, but you cannot do the implementation because you do not have the certification from the Employee Central or maybe from any of the module. If you are well versed, because I am giving you a training on Employee Central and time off, so you need to have the certification on Employee Central and time off before proceeding for the implementation, because once you will have the certification, you will get the access of the provisioning by your name.
Just like this Joseph account, right?
Yeah, Joseph is like basically that the simple user, we can say that the simple user. Provisioning access
Okay.
is totally different, in which your certification ID, let's say your name is Pratham, okay, Pratham at the rate, let's say what's your company XYZ, maybe I'm just mentioning here, okay. So by this company name, you have given the certification. So from this same email ID, the provisioning access would be there. Okay.
Okay.
And nobody will use that, because in the provisioning, you will get the notification, you will get the code. Without your code authentication, like the Aadhaar card authentication, nobody can log in into the provisioning without your consent. And every instance is linked to provisioning.
And it's just like a super admin role that I would have, right?
Yeah, you can say that, because once you will, because that's the company asks, maybe they can give you the things that Pratham, we want the provisioning access, but the super admin would be the different person, whether it would be solution architect in the company. So that
Oh,
totally
Okay, Mahesh,
yes, Soumya. Hello.
is kind of super admin. So if Pratham used to log in development, preview, and production, every time I will get the mail, right? Being a super admin.
Not on the login. Whenever he is making a changes there.
Hello.
Hello, am I audible?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, you're
you're
audible. Am I audible?
I Yeah, yes, you are audible. I was saying not for the login. Once maybe Pratham is logging in development and preview and production, so you will not get the notification that he is logging there, he is doing this. But when maybe for the
You're not
navigation, you
audible.
will not get the notification, but for the changes, let's say in the development, he is doing this configuration, he is making some changes, he is making some of the workflow approvers. Okay, so these all notification you will get it on the super admin email ID. Or
Okay.
now what SAP has given also the same thing. That is, I think that is a new thing in the release which we got. That is the single recipient. What is single recipient here? Single sender and single recipient we got in the UI phase. I think we can see here, maybe might be we are having this one. Just give me a second. Okay, so we can check here. Manage email. Okay, we do not have that email notifications. That is the workflow email configuration. That is a different thing. Okay, so here if you can check, that is the one thing is manage email notifications. Okay, so in manage email notification, what you will do that the same thing that you can make the single recipient here. Let's say you are making here Soumya at the rate abc.com. Okay, so once you will done that, so all the emails, whatever like whether the provisioning access is on to the Pratham side, but if you will make the single recipient Somyo, so you will all notification you will get it on this email ID, and that's totally different. It means like single recipient can different for development, single recipient can different for preview, single recipient can different for production. Now we got this opportunity that this is the new thing, this is the new feature from SAP side, they have done this. Okay. Any point
Okay.
on this?
So it means, for example, someone who is handling development team, who is handling a preview team. So we can assign one single recipient for development and preview, something like that.
Not you from the provisioning. Directly, I'm talking about from the instance now you can give this. Priorly, that was giving from the provisioning only, that you can make the super admin, you can make from only from the provisioning. That is not from the development or here from the UI. Okay, that is from the backend
Okay.
only. Provisioning, we can say as a backend part. Development, these all the UI things that you are doing from the UI. Okay, so from the
Okay.
provisioning, what we can say, what I'm trying to say, in the provisioning, you need to make the super admin there. That is has to be there. But it means like all the functionalities, all the permissions super admin will be having. Okay, but I'm talking about the single recipient. That is a different thing. That in development instant, that is totally different. In preview, in production also. So whatever the things or the changes are making or the workflows are like pending, you will get the notification on these email IDs you mapped here. That is from the UI. Okay.
Okay.
What other things we can do in the provisioning? Let's say uh, you are making the changes in preview. Okay. Something. Do you know about the sync mapping in any of the projects you have done this? The question is for Soumya. I think Pratham has not done this. The sync mapping.
Set mapping.
Yes, because you from the testing, that's why I'm asking that preview to production. Any sync things you have done that?
No, I'm not getting your question. I mean, set mapping means which type of mapping you are asking.
Sync means it's like the preview. Once you will done the configuration, the development. Okay, there is a
Okay.
sync of from one portal to another portal. It means like just give me a second. I'm going on to the portal.
I have seen this. Basically, in my company, when just like there is a VoIP that we are using for calling, and there is one ATS application that we are using. So they have synced the calls to their ATS. So whatever the call we are making, we can
Mhm.
see on the resumes notes that this recruiter has called someone. So
Yeah,
sync.
that's great. That's the
No,
thing, same thing I'm asking. It means like
Yeah.
Soumya, that what I'm trying to ask, that let's say in the employment details, you have done some of the configurations, okay? Let's say in the
No,
job info
I got your point. Actually, you are talking about the deployment, I think.
deployment also like for the sync mapping. Let's say you are changing your manager here, okay?
Yeah.
And how the sync mapping will work? There is a one configuration onto the employee profile. Where is the employee profile? I think here the person manager will reflecting that is onto the employee profile. Okay. So what will be happening here once you will done the configuration here, the supervisor. So you will sync happens here and your manager will sync onto the employee profile. So that turns onto the sync mapping. Why I'm saying this, why this is needed, because whatever the changes you are doing in the development, the sync is playing a very important role. That on the there would be a two sync mapping. One is the daily sync that we call a daily HRIS sync. Okay, if you will in any of the interview, this is the basic question. I think everybody will ask you that how the sync mapping will work. Sync mapping will work like in two things, like of the full HRIS sync and one is the daily HRIS sync. Okay, full HRIS sync means you are making the changes in the job information in the family details, but that is not syncing to the employee profile. Okay, so that's a case in which you just need to check from the provisioning. Okay, that why this is not happening. Are you trying? Are you relating that the point which I am trying to phrase it here? Or if you have any question, please ask.
No, no. Actually, my question is, you are
Hmm.
doing some changes in the employee information, right?
Yes.
And now, after doing the changes, it should reflect in the employee details.
No, I'm not talking about the employee information only. I'm talking about the other portlet. Let's say you want your employment information should be reflect or should be synced with any of the other portlet. Okay, that is called as like of the custom object you have made, custom portlet. It means like, just give me a second, I'm just sharing again that system. Okay, so you can see here these are the portlets. These be called as the portlets. Okay, Soumya. So let's
Yeah.
say like these are the information. Okay, this is the position information. This is the employment information. This is the job information. Okay, so whatever the changes you are making here, and you want that like for any of the portlet, like let's say uh, in the biographical, not in the biographical. Okay, yeah, this is the personal. Okay, this is totally different thing. You want like in the family details, any of the information can comes up from that from the job information. Okay, so how you will do the mapping? So that is comes under manage business configuration. We do have. I can give you that. Yeah, we do have just one. I can now you can understand this. Oh, you do not have the permission. I think he restricted all the things. Need to check with if you know Wix for this one. No problem. I was just trying to say you that there is a part where we can put that these portlets can sync to the other portlets. That is a later part that can come up. I'm just trying to summarize these all things. This is the later part we can explain one by one on also. Okay. So that's not a problem. Hello.
And Mahesh, the I have one question that is
Uh-huh.
in the UI, in the success factor UI. So
Hmm.
you are just searching the few terminologies and you are just showing the things. But being a fresher, I don't know what to type and what to search as a module or something. How you are managing all these
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
So I
Correct,
will
correct.
need a basic thing. Yeah, at least before I
Hmm.
mean navigating all these things, we need some clear idea that where we can go all these things.
Sure, sure,
Right.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good thing because yesterday in the call itself, if you can remember, I go on to the admin center, if you can remember this
Yeah.
thing. Okay.
Yeah.
In the admin center, I had seen onto the C all, correct?
Yeah.
360 reviews is totally for PMGM. That is not related to you. Okay. Company settings in which some of the part is related to you, like let's say like the picklist center. Okay. You can make these in this way. You can make the important here. Okay. What are the things?
Yeah.
Business rule execution. It means like you are writing any rule. Okay, but that's not working or something, you can check from business rule execution. In the same way, the configuration business rule. Okay, these are some things which you can use from here. Compensation you cannot have to use. This is a totally different module. Same goes for the development. Okay, now employee file. These all are related to you, which I'm talking
Okay.
about. Manage positions, manage data, manage mass changes, manage off pay structure. Everything is here.
Okay.
You got the point? What is like you
This
are
is
having?
employee center, right?
Yeah, Employee Central. These
Yeah.
all things comes under the Employee Central, but some sort of some points are coming in this company settings also. So you can go from here as well. Some sort of some points that I'll
Okay.
let you know. Let's say like for business rule, you want to make the business rule here. Okay. So have you written any of the business rule? Anybody of you are like well versed with the business rules?
Maybe any
No.
compliance, any rule and regulation, is that you're saying?
Yeah, rules like the programming. This is like just as the programming, which I told you, some of the technical part you also have to do.
Okay.
So this is the part like I would say that this is the business rule. I tell you, these are the scenarios which we are having from the company that the you can make advanced management calibration, but you need to focus onto the employee central core only. Document generation, one, two, three is the foundation object. Okay. Fourth one is the custom tile. Okay. Fifth one is the metadata. Sixth one is the position management. Seventh is the time management. So seven is related to you. Others are related to the other modules. Okay. Let's say for employee central. I'll take any example that is for hire and rehire process. You need to make a rule. Okay, so you just need to click here. You just need to write here rule, hire and rehire. Automatically this rule ID will be generated. You have to take the base object. Base object means like you are writing onto the employment information, you are writing onto the model. That I'll tell you, this is the later part. I think because we are running fast on this one, but I'll just want to give you the overview by which you will get to know that how what thing you can do in this process in the success factor. Okay, so let's say in the if and then condition, have you written any of these things like in maybe in Java or maybe in any of the programming language? Hello.
Hello.
Yes, Soumya or maybe Pratham, have you done so far? Like, what is your like background? What you have done in the graduation? BTech, is anybody's BTech?
Yeah, BTech is mine.
Okay, and Pratham, what's yours?
No, I'm from MBA background. I'm not from BTech. I'm commerce student.
Okay, let's say
Yeah,
now.
mine, to be very honest, mine,
Hello.
to be very honest, so I am not a coder. So technically, I am very weak. So I don't need
Yeah,
to.
that's why I'm
Yeah.
saying this is a technical. Don't worry about it because this is the very easy part, I would say.
Okay.
Okay. Now, why I'm saying this because when I think if I talk about my prior when I had started this thing, I was also thinking that this is a very tough thing. How I'll do this, the technical part, because this configuration I can do, but that is the rules. If I need to make, that is a different thing. But that is very, I think, easier for you. Okay, you can easily do this. Let's say any of the employment information you want to have. Okay, you just need to make the effective dated here. You not need to write everything here. You just need to click and just make the changes here. In the then condition also just take the set. If effective date is this, just make the changes in the employment information.
Okay.
It's very simple. Whatever the requirement will comes up for, let's say they want like on this portal once one thing is will be reflecting here, so you want the next thing on to reflecting on the different position. Okay, we will work. I think I'll take 2 days for business rules to give you the explanations. Okay, don't worry about it. You will be, I think, once you will done with my training only, that you will be, I think, very well versed with business because I am very good onto the business rules. So I will give you the explanation how to do it and how easily you can do this. Because if you
So
will
we are,
join a, yeah, tell me.
yeah. So we are doing all the hire and rehire things from this application, right?
Yes, this by this rule. Similarly, like if you will see here. So you will be having other rules also, like for hire, rehire process, alerts, derivations, or we can say the new employment, workflows, internal job history, HRS elements, everything is here.
Okay.
We will talk about each and every rule. Okay, don't worry about it. And once you will done with this training, I think you will be very confident onto the business rules. And once you will go in any of the company, I think this is the important part where you can see that how we can do this. Okay.
Okay.
So today, like I have covered upload logo options that is not coming because of the permissioning, but I explained you how to do it. That logo options, okay? Basic navigation, these all things we have covered. Language options we will cover tomorrow, but that is the theme setting that is under the logo options. Proxy settings, that is I all told you that how once you will not available in the company, how you will delegate your workflows, how you will give the proxy options to the other colleagues. That is the thing. Knowledge based article, that is the KBA that I told you in the learning hub. You can see the knowledge based. Also in the admin center, if you will go onto the admin center, you can see also here that the KBAs. Okay, so these are the things. Upgrade center functionality is a different thing which I can explain you in the detailed way that tomorrow. And the language option. Now, language option it means like you are in India. Okay, the language option you want that is ENGB. NGB is means like that is for the globally you can have that language. But if the customer is from US, UK, so they want like in EN under US. Have you seen these language options there? EN US, EN UK, or EN GB?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
So these are the options you need to be very careful while doing the implementation. Why I'm saying this? Because you have done the configuration for US, but you make the changes as per like of the ENGB. So the templates will not be reflecting there because the system is constructed in this way that if you are doing the configuration for US, you make two changes with the EN underscore US only. Okay,
yeah,
you got the point?
yeah.
Okay. So I think you already done with the fees process also, like with this um institute, correct? You both of you.
Yeah, I submitted yesterday.
Okay. And Some regarding a few, maybe you can speak to them. Is that done for you as well?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, fine. So why I'm saying this because today I'll speak to the vendor also regarding these things of the permission. So you will also get in maybe 1 or 2 days like this access. Okay. So on daily basis I will provide I will give you one what we can say, not the homework, I can say the word uh or
A
we can
kind
say
of
the
task or assignment.
yeah, assignment, we can say the assignment I can provide you on daily basis, and you need to be very careful while doing that. Okay. And I want on daily basis that assignment has to be done because I want like you, if I'm giving the training to you only two guys, so you will be both are on that place after 40 days that you can get the job from any of the company, and you will be very confident on every terminologies of the success factor. That's why I'm saying this.
Yeah.
The assignment is very important while I'm giving you. And also just keep in mind because I will share you, I will ask maybe the Unogix that they can give you some, what we can say, some books which I'm having that is the in the PDF format. Okay. You need to go through one by one. Okay.
So, are you giving any assignment for today or
Not for
tomorrow?
today. Not for today. Not for today. From
Okay.
tomorrow
Okay.
onwards, I will give it to you. And that's the book in which in it means like if I'm talking to you about the one unit because there are I think the multiple units there, 20, 30 units are there like for any of the books. Okay. So you need to cover up unit two, one or three maybe on the same day. Are you having these that time slot about of 1 to 2 hours on daily basis to go through the books?
Yeah,
You
sure.
have okay. Why I'm saying this because bookish not I'm not always focusing on to the bookish language, but why I'm saying this because that is from the SAP side. That is from the SAP recommendations and the SAP books, which I will share to you. That's the books which I am having from the Learning Hub and from the other things. Okay. So you just need to go through that books and because once you go through these process also, you will be more curious about that how you will do it, these things.
Okay. Got
Okay.
it.
Okay. So
Yeah.
tomorrow we will connect again. And thanks for today's session. Thank you so much.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Pratham.